How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with Massive Beer Review Quickie. It's been a while since I've done one of these. Why do I do these? For a couple different reasons. Mainly when my camera fails. And if I'm reviewing a beer and I really want to talk about it, I'll do a post kind of re-review. In this case, I actually forgot to hit record on my camera, and I'm really freaking pissed because this is a fun beer. This is a beer I got from my buddy Keith. He dropped it off. He went to Hill Farmstead. This is from Wunderkammer beer, and it basically it's one of the brewers out of Hill Farmstead. I forget his name. I apologize, but he brewed this and bottled it. What they do up in Hill Farmstead, what Sean lets his brewers do, or I don't want to say lets, that sounds kind of weird, but they allow them to brew and kind of bottle their own stuff, whether you've seen the grassroots stuff or beer from other people, and that's one of these. And this is from the ruins of a subterranean feasting hall. It's a ale brewed with cedar and spruce, fir, and pine tips, fermented with mixed culture and aged oak. And when Keith kind of dropped it off to me, he's like, I'm really curious to see what you think about this. And he kind of said it in a way that I was like, uh-oh, we'll see what's what. And so I'm going to be honest, I kind of went in this one going, what am I going to get here? What I ended up getting is pretty fucking fantastic fucking beer, to be perfectly honest with you. I went through a whole bunch of descriptors on it. And the nose there wasn't really all that much. It's soft kind of funkiness with a little bit of kind of fruit skinniness, but nothing too crazy. Other than that, none of those bits and pieces, the fir tips and the spruces and the cedars of the world, didn't really get that much in the nose. But the taste is freaking fantastic in a very soft and creepily drinkable way. I basically talked about it being like almost like heavily oated or wheated, because it gave it a slight kind of smoothness that you typically only get from lactose. But you get it in here to it. It has this kind of, it rubbed all the edges off, that kind of slightly sharp, soft acidity that kind of lives inside of it. Like, it actually wants to pull my cheeks back. I don't want to smile. It's a great beer. I want to smile because it's good, but it actually gives this kind of tartness to where I want to pull my cheeks back. But it has no edges to it. It's very soft, very rounded. I didn't get much of the spruce tip, the cedar, and the wood and stuff like that. I got a hefty bit of oak from it. But it has this kind of soft, sweet, subtle, powerful richness to it that I liken to, at the end of the review, the part that I kind of closed it with, was it ended up being like, if you've ever gone swimming before, whether it be in a swimming pool or hot tub or a lake or stream or whatever, any body of water, you pick. I'm not going to tell you where to swim, but if the temperature's just perfect, absolutely 100% perfect, when you get in the water, it's almost like you're stepping into outer space, and that you're not really getting cold or hot. You're just kind of in there, and then with that combination of, you know, being encompassed by water, the pressure of the water, while also the buoyancy of the water, you end up just feeling awesome. And it just, you feel like you're floating almost, but not floating in water, floating in kind of outer space, hence the whole space analogy. That's kind of how this beer drinks. It's so in line, well, with me at least, with its acidity, with its sweetness, with everything like that. When I drink it, it just kind of belongs. It doesn't go down rough or hard or sweet or sour or overly anything. It's just kind of very in tune with, like, kind of the chemical composition, for the lack of a better word, of at least my human body. And that is rare in beer, and it's pretty fucking delicious. So yeah, Wunderkammer, from the ruins of a subterranean feasting hall. Absolutely fantastic beer. No idea what it costs. It's one of the better, if I'm going to classify it as anything, it's going to be a French Saison. That's kind of how it comes off to me. It doesn't have those big kind of fruited bubblegummy kind of phenolics to me. It's a bit more neutral, but it's definitely in the kind of splitting hairs between like Saison and Farmhouse. But that's kind of how it leans for me. Just a great beer. Fantastic. I mean, it's like taking a lot of the big, huge, best makers of Saison and Farmhouse, your Hills of the world, your Phantoms of the world, your green bottom French and Belgian beers, and your Vermont based ones, and cutting off all the edges and making it really clean. It comes in a darker green bottle, but it's almost like there's really no light struck to it, which might actually add a component to it. But I think it's so welcoming, it's so fantastic in its own state. I kind of would love to see it preserved like that and not really get too funky. It's a fantastic beer. So I had to talk about it. I had to do massive quick hitter for you. So there you go. Just absolutely fantastically smooth, delicious beer. One of the better ones I've had as of late. Definitely pick it up again if I had a chance. And yeah, there you go. Delicious beer. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.